Welcome to the late night show with your host, King Moon, with me. I am, of course, King Moon. With me, as always, is my trusty sidekick, Marcos. Marcos, what do you got for us? That's my boy Marcos, always with the insight, always so knowledgeable, always so friendly. Marcos is my dude. You don't want to fuck with Marcos. You fuck with Marcos and you fuck with me, all right? All right. Well, this show is going to be a collection of news, current events, my thoughts on them. But then we're also going to get philosophical. We're going to look a little bit further away from the world and see. We're going to ask questions about reality. Reality and my own mind. Maybe. We're going to get to the bottom of this. And then we'll talk sports. I love sports, I don't really like any other sport besides NFL, so we're probably going to be focusing on that the majority of the time. But let's go on to current events right now. We got to one current event that I have been dying to talk about, the Epstein case. My boy Epstein and my boy Trump. I'm just kidding. But it's Marcos's boy, that's for sure. Marcos's boy. You like Jeffrey and you like Trump, don't you? Don't you, Marcos? He's being shy right now, but when the cameras are off, then Marcus starts talking some crazy shit. All right. So this Epstein trial, of course, it's just not going away for Trump. And Trump, of course, is resorting to some of his usual tactics. Some of his tactics include lying. Some of his tactics include making up shit. I don't even know if it's lying. It's just like using his imagination, So now he's saying that Obama, he's trying to divert, He's kind of like, he kind of like when things get tough, when he's like in controversy, he'll try to get his base to like kind of look the other way. He'll kind of like do like the metaphorically, he'll kind of do like, hey, what's that? It's like, Trump, what about this? What about that? What about that? It's coming right for us. My dad actually used to do that, he would actually we'd be walking, right? Out, just minding our own business. And my dad, we were only like 5 or 3 years old. He'd look up in the air and he'd be like, wait. And then he'd start running. A grown man running. It'd freak us out. We'd start running with him. That's kind of what Trump is doing right now. So anyways, he's talking about, and this is coming from a report from our own Tulsi Gabbard. Put up a picture of Tulsi. Oh, yeah, Tulsi. I don't care how crazy she is. I don't want to fuck her crazy like. Nah. But she's hot, though. Objectively, Tulsi Gabbard is hot. I just don't want that to be swept under the rug, under the crazy shit that she might be blowing out. Most of the girls that I've had sex with are all crazy, so I don't see why me being Tulsi Gabbard's boy toy would be any different. That's all I'm saying. I would gladly be Tulsi Gabbard's boy toy. But Tulsi, if you're listening, let's let bygones be bygones and just do what we need to do. And I'm talking about sex. No. All right, dude. Okay. So, anyway, Tulsi, my girl Tulsi, she came out, she came out beautiful as always, with that gorgeous gray streak in her hair, kind of like Rogue from X-Men. But she came out and she was just like, Obama colluded with other Democrats about a possible Russian hoax. And now we're thinking, we're not gonna say what's what, but the Justice Department needs to step in because there may be some arrests. So now Obama's like, now look, I might have had a conversation with Bill Clinton, and I told him, Bill, we gotta get Trump out of here. And Bill Clinton was just like, yeah, I'm no good at impressions. But anyways, hey, this is just stream of thought, basically. So anyways, we got Obama, basically. Now he's, retired. He's coming fresh off the Jennifer Aniston rumors, with Michelle Obama, the marriage and stuff, that whole thing, that I feel was a little bit of a hoax. Jennifer Aniston with Obama. Even if that did happen, Michelle, the queen, don't care. They're probably like open marriage. I'm thinking the Obamas definitely. They're the type of couple. They're the cool couple you want to meet at the sex club. That's for sure. That's for sure. You wouldn't dare have sex with either of them just because, they're just so powerful. One wrong little look at something. Did you just look at my wife? Like Obama's like, I'm like, no, I didn't. I'm in the other room. I'm in the other room at the sex club at the Obamas. In fact, I don't even know how they let me in. That's what I'm telling Obama. I don't even know how I got here, honestly. I mean, I got a pass, but it's expired. Well, anyway, so we got Obama fresh off the Jennifer Aniston rumors, which was put to bed. Jennifer Aniston and Obama, I want to go on record, did not engage in sexual activities. And even if they did, Michelle was okay with it. All right? She's Michelle. And Obama's Obama. I mean, honestly, at a certain point, you just meeting all these famous people all the time. I mean, it's just going to happen. I mean, do we expect our public figures to be completely faithful? Anyways, I'm getting beyond the point. So anyways, Obama is now in trouble because this Russian hoax that Trump is adding fire, he's adding the wood to this fire that's growing. And the reason why he's doing this right now is because it takes a little pressure off of him in the Epstein case. It doesn't help Trump that there's a lot of pictures of him with Epstein. A lot of. And these aren't just like, oh, look, they're at a party. These guys, and look, there's Trump on one side of the room. There's Epstein on the other. Nah, they're having a good time. They're probably talking about girls. That's probably what they're talking about. Like, if you look at those photos, you can definitely tell. Like, Trump is just like, oh, look at the tits on her. And like, Epstein's like, they're too small for me. Well, actually, maybe for Epstein, it'd be too big. He'd be like, I don't like them. That's not my type. And who knows? I mean, Trump may have chimed in himself, I mean, honest to God, I mean, the releasing of the Epstein... See, first of all, when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein, everyone's talking about basically how, like, there was, like, a conspiracy about how he was potentially assassinated in his own prison cell. But I don't necessarily think that. I think that with the Epstein, of course, I think there was enough heat on him for him to commit suicide. I mean, you're facing basically child trafficking things. I mean, I don't honestly think that he could have kept on living. I think that Epstein, this is a hot take, I think Epstein actually killed himself in the cell. I mean, honestly, life just would have been too grim. But who knows, I mean, P. Diddy got off. Well, he definitely got off. But then he wasn't... he was found not guilty of several different things that we all thought that was going to be guilty. Yeah, that P. Diddy thing is interesting, though. Because P. Diddy, if you're a lawyer on the other side of the P. Diddy trial, you think, oh, man, the cat's in the bag, baby. We're going to get a huge, it's going to be a big public thing. We're going to win big. It's going to be great for our law firm. Every one of us is going to get we're going to get some new chairs. After this P. Diddy trial, after we convince everyone of what everyone is convinced by, that he is guilty, we're going to get some new chairs. Maybe even a new desk. We're going to replace this fluorescent lighting with some warm lighting. Yes. But then, oh my God, but then he was found not guilty of like several different things. And like P. Diddy was like, gosh. He was like, yeah. But, P. Diddy will probably go back on, producing music, doing what he loves. Probably not as many parties. There's this crazy story. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't even know where I saw it. But Denzel Washington was at a P. Diddy party, right? And apparently, something was said to someone, but Denzel walks out of the party before the freak off, I assume. It would have been funny if it was during the freak off. But apparently, when he was storming off, he yelled across the room to P. Diddy. And he said, "You don't respect anybody." With that, with that Denzel cadence, It would have been cool if it was before the freak off, but honestly, pretty cool if it was during the freak off. Him coming out of a big pile of naked bodies with just like a towel on, and him going, "You don't respect anybody." That's what I like to think about. That's what goes on in my head. All right, listen, we've gotten through some current events, of course, but now it's time to talk a little bit of the NFL. The NFL is happening right now. We got Deshaun. We got a 5-quarterback room in the Cleveland Browns territory. I'm just going to focus on the Cleveland Browns for right now. But we got 5 quarterbacks. We got Joe Flacco. We got that Dylan kid. We got Deshaun Watson. Who are the other two? The other two. Marcos don't know shit. I don't even know why I have him. All he does is look at me. Kind of freaks me out a little bit. But anyways, so we got, of course, a 5-quarterback room. We got Deshaun Watson. We got Shedeur Sanders. We got Dylan. We got Joe Flacco. And then I think Kenny Pickett. Yeah, we got Kenny Pickett in there. So this is 5 quarterbacks. I mean, there should only be 3 quarterbacks on a depth chart, but we got 5 in there. Deshaun Watson, of course, everyone wants him out. So it should be really a 4-quarterback room, but right now, apparently Deshaun Watson is recovering from his second Achilles tear. Basically, Cleveland doesn't want him. If he's unable to play, if he's not cleared by medical personnel, they get a big pay increase to their salary cap. So they don't want him on the field. Honestly, if I was Deshaun Watson at this point, he's not in jail. He got a big contract. I'd go back to the massage rooms. Because obviously, kind of like that movie The Wrestler, at the end when he's going back into the ring, even though it's kind of killing him, he's like, "This is the only place I belong." For Deshaun Watson, it's not in the NFL stadium. That's not his place. His place is in those little massage rooms. Those massage rooms where anything goes. He can ask for anything. Little rub, a little tug. This is where I feel at home. This is what Deshaun Watson needs to do. He needs to get back to his basics. He needs to get back to his principles. He needs to get back into the massage rooms to get that massage. Go up on the thigh a little bit. Just a little bit. Come on, baby. Just a little bit more on the thigh. Come on. Yeah. Daddy like that. Daddy like that a lot. A touchdown! Deshaun Watson. The man is 26 years old. Who needs football when you're treated like a king in the massage rooms? All right, so that goes for the NFL. Let's go ahead and get into the philosophy. Let's get into something kind of, let's dive into reality a little bit. Reality. What is reality? What is reality? Is it this? Is it what I see? Is it what I hear? Is it what I smell? Is it perceived by the senses? I say yes. That is reality. Reality is what we see, what we hear, and that's just about it. Well, and then the senses, of course. We got the other senses involved. But reality doesn't extend much beyond that. I'm not really big into the afterlife. I don't like to think about an ethereal world beyond this one. Because really, if you think about it, what's the point of life if there is an afterlife? What's the point? We get overtime. People are always asking, wondering, people can't imagine living in this reality if there's no afterlife. They have to believe in a soul. They have to believe in an afterlife. They have to believe that they're going to live forever in order for them to be happy in this reality. And we're just flesh and bone. Everyone knows that we're going to die. Everyone knows. Everyone knows that we're going to die. The question is this consciousness beyond just what our brain synapses are doing? But that's simply the case. There is no provable evidence of otherwise. We don't have anything. And honestly, why would we want it? Why would we want it? This reality is not good enough for you? Yeah, but there's so much pain and there's so much suffering. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. There's got to be more. Do you think this is it? Do you think this is it? Do you think that's just it? There's not more to this? Of course there's more. There's not more. This is a lot. This is a lot. What we're given is a lot. You can look infinitely inward. Infinitely. But then you can also look infinitely outward. And what I think is happening is I think that if we look infinitely inward enough, we're going to start zooming in on infinite. Like if we're infinitely outward, we're going to start zooming in on that. Like it's just one big loop. You know, it's just like this infinity thing. That's what I think. And that's our show for today. This was our show. I'm glad you tuned in. Stay tuned for next week. Marcos will be here. I'll be here. And you have a good night. This was The Late Show with King Moon.